Hello new friends and welcome to your Science Buddies tutorial. If you're anything like me, I had no idea where to start on how to build a science fair, what to give my students. I of course have taught the scientific method for a couple years, but as far as like just wanting to get started, this was the best website that I found that really was just like, here's a package of how to do a science fair. So the science website you may have been to is sciencebuddies.org. From here, I really like this website because it was really good for students, really good for me, really good for parents. I could just kind of send them to this website for help. So there's a couple things here I'm going to show you. The first one is project ideas. So the students can either browse their ideas here with it gives you like the different categories. Oops, sorry. Getting used to my new computer. So like physical, engineering, life science, earth, math. If you're looking to go to the county fair, there's a lot of awards, a lot of money, a lot of what I want to say, fanfare about engineering projects and also the environmental sciences, especially for women. I had a couple students one year win a lot of awards for earth science or environmental science doing work with levees. So if they just want to browse, if they have a very specific topic they're looking for, project ideas is the way to go. Or if they're like 90% of the students and have no idea where to start, there's something called the topic selection wizard. So they can take a survey here. I should tell you right now that I am logged in right now, so it's letting me do all these things. But if you're not logged in and you go to take a survey, it's going to ask you to create a free account. It's free, they don't send you a lot of stuff, and it's a really good resource. Okay, so the topic selection wizard, I had students go into the computer lab and actually just go through this selection wizard because it does a few things. It narrows down what they're interested in, and it also narrows down like their time constraints. So the time project due, if you're going to go back next week and assign this and you want to get them into the regional fair, which is in March, you have a couple months. So I have more than a month to do this project. What grade level? So this will give you your grade appropriate. For my students, maybe I want them to be at least at a 9th grade level. It's good to give them constraints. A lot of students like picking things at a 3rd grade level, so I tell them it at least had to be at grade level, nothing below. Teachers specify an area. I can pick, all right? If you are a physical science teacher, you want them to do a physics project, you can specify that. And your readability, So are you average reader? This is really hard for the students. I told them they're all above average, okay? Continue. And this is really like they have fun with this. This is the survey on just really looking at their interest. So do you enjoy gardening? Do you enjoy society's problems? And what it will do is generate a list of ideas for them. And this is really a good place to start if they have no idea what they'd like to do. This took a long time for my students because they were really excited about the possibility of choosing because they have to get assigned things so many times they got to choose. It was very exciting. Let them explore, I recommend, because if they're working on a project for a couple months that they don't like, they'll know it right away and it becomes really just tedious for you, the parents, and the student. I even let them change their project if they started working on a project as long as they could show me in time that they would get it done. All right, from here, so that's for the students. There's a ton on here for project guide, asking an expert. But for you, the teachers, most importantly, here are all I'm going to show you how to download the guide. First of all, free poster, yeah. Request your copy today. But if you go down here, you can either download it as individually, but I recommend if you do the entire teacher's guide. Hold on just a second. I didn't log in. Ooh, and I'm magically logged in. Didn't want you guys to see my password. Okay, so here it goes, brings you to the login screen, and then you can go to the PDF form, but this has printouts. That was my most important. Like, I wanted things that I could just take and use the next day. So this guide to how to science fair has way too much information, but that's okay. So the teacher's guide to science projects keeps closing on me here. There we go. So the teacher's guide to science project. This is a really long PDF, and you're thinking like me, I have kids, I don't have a lot of time. This has everything you need to know, like from day 1 to the day of the science fair to going beyond. But if you skip all the way down to, I think it's page, so if you can look through here, benefits, goes through all this thing, the teacher timeline. This is good. It kind of gives you an idea of what you need to do in week 1, week 2. I should tell you that I do like to run my class somewhat day to day. I found this pretty easy to run from day to day. I had to have an end goal in sight meaning that I knew that the district was coming up, I knew that the regional, but beyond that, I kind of played it by ear. And if my students needed more than 1 week, I gave them more than 1 week. I wanted them to have fun with this, to really own it, to do a good job. So I didn't necessarily stick to this exact, but I think you are a professional, you can make that choice. All right, so guiding students assignments. If you go all the way to page 20, this is where it's going to actually show you what you can give to the kids. Okay, so Parents Guide to Science Fair. Let's go back up a little bit more. Here it is. Ready? My favorite page says printable worksheets and resources. Now we're talking. Now I can just print these up and give them to students, and that is exactly what I did, especially the first year. The second year I might have modified a little bit more. All right, so here's the project schedule I gave them. The first part, ask a question, what they needed to do, what they needed to hand in, what day I wanted it due. And then the proposal, your question, when I want that due. So this is very descriptive and exactly what they need to turn in, when I want it due, and just very step by step, and they kind of knew where they were going. Okay, so this is the first thing we started with. The second one was a handout that we gave to parents from the school. So introducing science parents, it says, Dear Parents, and it comes straight from the website. And I just used this, and I typed in my email here and put my phone number and signed it and sent it home. So if you're really creative and you want to type this thing up and kind of own it, this is what I sent home as their parents and what they can expect. And then everything that comes after this is just the handouts like Parents Guide to Science Projects. I like this one for parents to say, this is what I want you to help with, this is what I don't want you to help with. All right, and then kind of going down the proposal form. This is everything that they are turning into you. This is the background page, and I'm going to show you that writing about that in just a second. All right, so let me go back out to the original screen here. Okay, so back to Science Buddies. There's a lot more resources here. Again, you can use it as much or as little as you want to. If you just want to use it for science careers, it has that. And then it also has this parents guide here again, if you want to just why you're doing a science fair, why you think it's important, how much parent involvement they should have. It's not our project, it is your child's project. All right, any questions, you're more than welcome to email me. But this is my favorite website for resources. I hope you enjoy it as well.